Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Rachel. Today I'm 10 days post-op from getting a tonsillectomy, and I kind of just want to sit down and talk about what the process has looked like and the biggest things that have helped me. I'm going to put timestamps so that you can skip to the part where it says what are the biggest things that's helped me, because I know it would have made me anxious to see like what the process has looked like and the negatives of it before I had gotten my tonsillectomy. So if you want to skip that part, I will put timestamps. Also, my voice probably is going to sound kind of weird. It's like froggy. I just have to talk in a specific way so that it doesn't hurt too much when I talk. I actually wasn't really talking until like 2 days ago. I was using this app called like text speech or something. I would like type out what I wanted to say and then have my phone play it. And I felt like I was Kat in that episode of Victorious, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, when like she got throat surgery and she couldn't talk and she was using a robot voice, and then she ripped it off and she was like, he didn't say I couldn't sing. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But first of all, the reason that I decided to get a tonsillectomy was because I was getting like strep throat every single month. I'm about to be in my 4th year of college right now. Like the first year I got mono, bronchitis, paratonsillar cellulitis, which I had to be in the hospital for, strep throat a bunch of times. And the rest of college I've gotten strep throat just like every 2 months at least. And it's gotten to the point where antibiotics have like kind of started to stop working for me. I'm just like, okay, fuck, it's time for me to get this shit out of my throat. When I was about to get the surgery, my surgeon ended up saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna take out your adenoids too, which I didn't know going into it, but that's like a pretty common thing for them to take out when they take out your tonsils. If you're prone to getting throat infections, your adenoids usually are part of the issue. So I was pretty scared when he said that, because I was like, what the fuck, like you're taking out another thing randomly, like what is. But apparently it doesn't really add to recovery, and don't be scared if they say that they're gonna do that, because I think most people who get a tonsillectomy get their adenoids out also. I am a hypochondriac and I get so anxious anytime I'm sick, so obviously it fucking sucked being sick like every single month with a new throat thing. And it got to a point like literally the past couple years, I like won't go out with my friends, or like I'll have to miss out on things where I know it's gonna be a ton of people, because I'm like, oh, I just don't think I can have strep throat right now, and anytime I go out with a lot of people I get strep throat. I also have a nephew who's about 8 months old, and almost every time I come home to visit him I've had strep throat, and so I'm like having to keep my distance and stuff. And it got to a point where I was like, this really sucks. Like I'm missing out on a lot of things. I think I just need to bite the bullet and get this shit removed from my throat. I knew from a lot of Reddit posts that it was gonna be horrible recovering as an adult, and I was extremely scared. I'm actually not even gonna tell you what people described it as on Reddit, because it scared the shit out of me and kept me from getting it done for years. Yeah, maybe don't read Reddit posts before you do this. Just know that yes, it's gonna be painful, but if your doctors recommended it and you're getting these persistent throat infections, you are trading like 2 weeks of pain for the quality of life for the rest of your life. And most people who get it end up saying it's worth it. And I would say I'm 10 days in, and already I'm really happy that I did it. Knock on wood, but I'm really proud of myself. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what my experience has been like, and this is the part that you might want to skip through if you don't want to hear about the pain or anything that might stress you out. So the day of surgery, I went in. I was obviously super anxious going into it, but when they ended up putting me under anesthesia, they took me back to the operating room, put the IV in, and I didn't even have time to think about it. I was already asleep. And then when I woke up, it felt like no time had passed. I just felt like I had taken a deep nap, and I did wake up in pain, but then they gave me some pain medicine to help. The anesthesia did make me really nauseous, so one thing I would recommend is getting a nausea patch put behind your ear before they do the anesthesia. That way it's like preemptive, and before the nausea has any chance to kick in, like that patch is already there preventing it. So I think it's called a scoline patch, I could be wrong. And then you leave that on for like 3 days. So get that nausea patch if you're worried about nausea, because I did wake up, feel sick from the anesthesia, and I did end up getting sick, and that was something that was one of my worst fears about this tonsillectomy is like, what if I throw up? And like that's gonna be like hell because my throat is in so much pain. But actually, because of the pain meds that I was on, throwing up honestly wasn't super painful. Like being nauseous beforehand was worse than throwing up. And then make sure to get Zofran for your recovery. You can take that anytime you get nauseous and it gets rid of the nausea. So then I went home, and the first day was pretty rough. I was just anxious, getting used to the feeling of pain in my throat. But one thing that's comforting to me is like, yes, I was in a lot of pain. It was hard to eat and drink for days. I still am in, some pain. One thing that comforted me is like, I would be in a lot of pain certain moments, but one of my fears going into it was like, what if I'm in excruciating pain for 2 weeks straight? But that's just not how it works. Like your body's not going to be in excruciating pain 24/7 for 2 weeks. You might have moments of pain, but then it's going to go down and subside. Like for instance, the first day I was home, I was in a lot of pain, but even that very first night I was able to watch the show 4 seasons on Netflix, and I was with my family and I was able to enjoy it and like have some happy moments watching that show. That continued the rest of the days. Like yes, there's pain, but there's also good moments. So it's not like you're just gonna be sitting there for 2 weeks straight, like in excruciating pain. Also, I didn't expect this. For the first like 3 days after my surgery, it was really hard for me to like get up and move around. My body felt like I had been hit by a car. Like I had aches everywhere, and it was really like stiff and hard to move around. That apparently is normal and a side effect of anesthesia. So it was helpful having my mom there to help me get up and move around. But don't be alarmed if your body feels really achy and like pains all throughout your body, because I did not expect that. Another thing I didn't expect is you get referred ear pain. So you're gonna have a lot of pain in your ears, and that's normal. It's from your throat. But yeah, those were the main things, like the body pains for a couple days, ear pains, obviously throat pains. I would say for those first maybe 5 days, it was really helpful to me that I had someone available at home to help me, and I might not have been able to get what I needed if someone wasn't there helping me. But yeah, the past week and a half, I've basically just been sitting around watching shows that I've been wanting to watch and eating ice popsicles. So now I'm going to talk about some of the biggest things that have helped me through this process. First of all, mentally going into it, I was fucking terrified. The biggest things that helped me mentally preparing was talking about all my worst fears in therapy, working through this is what I'm most afraid of that's gonna happen, and can we talk about this and talk about what I would do if it did happen, so that I felt prepared. I made these like courage packets. This one is for anytime I'm scared, anxious, or tempted to back out before getting my tonsillectomy, but I ended up using it even afterwards, and it had like, I wrote, "Dear future me, I believe in you. This will be so worth it for our future. We deserve to get better. This isn't happening to me. This is happening for me." And then I put why this is worth it, and I put statistics on how tonsillectomies are highly effective. And then I put like exercises I can do when I'm feeling anxious, notes from my friends and family on why they think I should do it in here. And on the last page, I put some photos that are about anxiety. It says, when it feels scary to jump, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. And this might sound kind of silly, but I really would just try to focus on the positives. Like anytime my mind would start worrying about the surgery, I would try to replace it with a thought of something I was looking forward to for after I got the surgery. Like for instance, I'm going to the beach in a month and I'm looking forward to sitting on the beach in the sun, maybe having a drink without having to worry about getting strep throat. So I would just think about things like that I was really excited for after getting my tonsillectomy. And it also helped me a lot mentally to prepare all of the products that I was going to need for my recovery and set out my recovery space before going into surgery. That way I had this cute little space that I knew was ready for me when I came home, and I made it happy and bright colors, and I put my comfort objects there. I set up my windowsill with the books that I was looking forward to reading, and I put all of the medicines that I would need right within reach of me. The last thing I want to talk about that helped me with my anxiety was I made a list in my phone of all the shows, movies, and books that I was excited to read during my recovery, and that was kind of nice because you get less of a negative experience and more of, oh look, there's something fun that's going to come out of this. Like for instance, I knew that Love Island USA season 7 was coming out during my recovery, so I was excited to watch that with my sister, and it made it feel less like a fully negative experience. Alright, now I'm going to speed run some of the objects that you're definitely going to need throughout your recovery that helped me a lot. This water bottle, one of the biggest things that has helped me. It's really important that you're making sure to drink a lot of water because you don't want to get dehydrated. Keeping your throat moist can help a lot with pain. And I would specifically recommend a water bottle like this that has like lines. Even though it might be kind of corny, it actually really helped me because I was able to see like, okay, in the past hour I've drank this much water, and I could set goals with myself, like I'm gonna try to drink 3 lines down by this afternoon. That really helped me stay accountable and know how much I was drinking and feel good about it. Next thing, you need ice, and you need instruments of wearing the ice. I don't know what you would call it. I like this one because it wraps around your head like that. This one that wraps around your neck. And it velcros. But yeah, I would definitely recommend both this type and this type because both of those areas of your face and neck are gonna be in some pain. Next thing, humidifier. Keeps the air moist, which can really help with your throat pain as well. Going into this surgery, I was pretty stressed because I didn't really know like what pain medicine they were gonna give me, and I knew that Tylenol and Advil were gonna probably be one of them, but I didn't understand like if they would want me to take it in a pill form because I was afraid pills would be too hard because you're only supposed to eat soft things. Basically, my surgeon didn't really seem to care about that. He was like, it's fine to take small pills, like with ice cream, you should be fine. But I wanted to avoid taking like Advil and Tylenol as a pill. So they have these dissolvable packs of Tylenol. They're hard to find in stores. You probably would want to buy them on Amazon, but they're each 500 milligrams, and you just cut it, and it's the powder that just dissolves in your mouth. I would definitely really recommend these. I've been using them since day one. They have at most medicine stores, medicine sections on the shelves. They have Advil, like liquid bottles. It says children's Advil on the bottle, but I mean, I think it's fine to take as an adult as long as you take enough. For me personally, they prescribed me oxycodone, but it was making me pretty nauseous at first, and so I was scared to take it anymore, so I've only been taking Tylenol and Advil, so I've had to stay really on top of it. This next one isn't an object, but it was one of the biggest things I used by far, is the text-to-speech app is what it's called. I would go ahead and have that downloaded before you go into surgery because in case it's painful to talk, like for me when I woke up, I was just writing down things in my notes app for my mom to ask the nurse. But I wish I had known sooner to get this app, and you just write down what you want to say and then click play, and then the voice plays it out loud. They don't have the best voice options, granted. It'll sound a little bit like a robot, but for me it helped a lot knowing that I didn't have to use my voice when it was a little bit painful. The next thing you need, make sure you get molds beforehand for popsicles so that you can put water in the molds and make ice popsicles. That was one of the biggest things I was doing the first few days, was just sucking on them, and it helped with pain. And you can also obviously fill those with Gatorade or anything else that you want. Also, one of these little fidget devices, I don't know what it's called. I would definitely recommend this. For a couple days, I was using this all the time. I don't know if that has to do with my attention issues, but it definitely helped me distract myself from pain and like feel like I had something to do with my hands. Obviously, it doesn't have to be this specific fidget thing, but you get the idea. I know my sister, after her surgery, she liked to use Play-Doh. We have a bell, which I actually didn't end up using, but it helped me to know that if I needed to, I could do that and somebody would come help me with whatever I needed and I wouldn't have to like shout. For me right now, I'm just trying to see what I can eat. I've started making these cherry smoothies, but there's not too much that I've been able to eat, and I'm so fucking excited to eat like a giant meal again. I can't wait to eat my Gigi Hadid pasta that I always make. But yeah, so just if something feels good to you to eat, like eat it, because your options will be a little bit limited for a while. Alright guys, well my voice is starting to get pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna go edit this video and watch the new season of You. But thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're about to get a tonsillectomy, I believe in you. You can do it. Try not to worry too much, just distract yourself. I'm so proud of you for doing what's best for your body. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video was able to help you in some small way. Also, happy Pride Month, and I love you guys. Bye.